According to the book New Mexico Tinwork by Lane Coulter and Maurice Dixon, Jr., tinwork first appeared in New Mexico during the early part of the 19th century. This tinwork, undoubtedly imported from Mexico or Spain, provided prototypes for local craftsmen. With the availability of tin and the demand for new tin products, tinsmithing flourished in the second half of the 19th century. Tinwork in the Sandoval family dates back to about 1860, when Francisco Sandoval practiced the craft. Francisco was a tinsmith, owned a plumbing shop, and obtained his tin by purchasing used lard cans from the army. The art form was passed on to the present-day master tinsmith, Bonifacio Sandoval, by his uncle Francisco. And is now being passed on to me, Victor Sandoval, by my father Bonifacio. The tradition of tinwork in the Sandoval family is cherished greatly and will hopefully continue to future generations with a quality that it has known for over a century. Tinsmiths today use basically the same materials used by their ancestors. Tin, of course, is a key element necessary in any project. The tin used by the Sandoval family is similar to that used by Francisco Sandoval. It is a 30-gauge tin, similar to that used in roofing applications. It is available in flat sheets, 28 inches wide by 36 inches long, or in 28-inch wide rolls, each 50 feet in length. The tin sheets are used for smaller projects, such as sconces, candelabras, or frames, whereas the rolls are used for larger projects, such as range hoods or door panels. Pieces of tin are bonded together with solder. Many types of solder are available on the market today. The one we prefer is a 60-40 mix, 60% tin to 40% lead. Flux is essential to clean and prepare the tin surface for proper soldering. We use a paste flux similar to that used by plumbers on copper pipe. Some solders contain an acid core. We avoid these because their reaction with the tin surface promotes rusting. Glass and cloth are combined with tin to add color to a piece. Cloth or wallpaper sections are mounted on 1/4 inch thick pressed board, covered with glass and framed with a tin border. These sections can be combined to create colorful mirrors or frames. Tools are important to any artist. Tinwork utilizes some very common and some very unique tools. Tin snips come in a variety of shapes and sizes, right-handed, left-handed, large and small. The proper tin snips to use depends upon the cut being made. Regular snips are used for a straight cut, right-hand snips are used for a right-hand cut. Cuts are made by first scribing the path to be cut. The cut is then made by holding a firm forward pressure on the snips. Gloves are worn to avoid cuts from the sharp tin edges. Once the pieces have been cut, they are ready to be tooled. Tooling is accomplished with a variety of stamps. Many of the stamps we use today are the same handmade tools used by Francisco Sandoval in the early 1900s. Others we have made ourselves by grinding and filing steel chisels and punches into various shapes and patterns. Tool making in itself is a craft that must be mastered by the serious tinsmith. Tooling is accomplished by placing the tin on a solid pliable surface, such as a wood block or a solid rubber mat. A pattern is then scribed onto the tin. The stamp is placed on the pattern and its design is transferred to the tin via a sharp blow from a hammer. Successive stamping completes the pattern. For some projects, such as light fixtures or lampshades, it is desirable for the stamp to actually pierce the tin, thus allowing the light to pass through the tin in the shape of the pattern. This is accomplished by added blows from the hammer, which forces the stamp to pierce the tin. For larger holes in the tin, special hole punches are used. These punches range in size from 1/4 inch to 1 inch. After the pieces are cut and tooled, it is time to solder them together. We have found that electric soldering irons between 80 and 200 watts are best for our needs. Proper soldering is accomplished by aligning the pieces together, applying flux to the joint, and running a bead of solder along the joint. Care should be taken that all soldering is done in a well-ventilated area to avoid inhaling lead and flux fumes. Tin can also be tooled with devices called crimpers. We use two types of crimpers. The first is a small hand crimper that puts a ruffled decorative design on the edge of a piece of tin. The second is a larger roller crimper that runs a variety of patterns along a strip of tin. These strips are used to make mirrors and picture frames. Another tool essential but not unique to tin work is the glass cutter. It is used to cut glass and mirrors for use in picture frames, lanterns, and nichos. Two larger tools used in tin work are the metal brake and roller. The brake is used to make bends on flat pieces of tin. The ability to bend tin allows greater creativity with three-dimensional designs, such as boxes and light fixtures. The metal roller is used to give the tin a cylindrical shape. These cylinders are also used in light fixtures and other three-dimensional projects. Equipped with these tools and the knowledge bestowed upon me by my father, I feel confident that this tradition will be passed on to future Sandoval generations.